great conversations we're having right here, but we're about to talk about something really important. Now, the minimum wage debate is heating up across the country as governors come under intense pressure to raise workers' pay. Now, labor unions say raising inflation and the cost of living have pushed families to the brink, demanding urgent wage adjustments to ease the strain. But many state governors urge their finances are already stretched, warning that higher salaries could cripple budgets. As political stakes raise ahead of 2027, the minimum wage battle is becoming more than just an economic issue. It is now a new test of leadership for governors nationwide. Now, joining us for this conversation is Convener Campaign for Dignity in Governance, Mr. Razaq Olokoba. Good morning. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. You look really good this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Now, this topic, I would say I'm very passionate about it because in so many cases, I have argued about the minimum wage. I want us to be honest on this table. We know that it is very difficult to survive on 70,000 naira or some places that say 73,000 naira. We talk about the high cost of living. We talk about food. We talk about transport. When you speak to people that are 9 to 5, they'll tell you they spend half of their salary on transport. A lot of Nigerians are living from hand to mouth. They're waiting for the pay to come in and then it goes out again. And now we're hearing governors also saying that if they increase this, it will stretch. And I'm wondering, at what points do we really look at our people about what they are going through, Mr. Razaq? I
agree with you. We take a statistics of since 1999, and we discover that about 63% of Nigerians seek for unconventional means to augment their salary every month, 63%, and that number has not improved up to today. So we can't hold current governor responsible for that. It's been like that before. And if that is the case, we have to constantly talk about the welfare of the people, the salary. The governors are left the weather for the president to be beating. 9 out of Payne's Nigerian Express, 9 out of 10 is actually the business of the state government. Exactly. Security, air, road. But they feel comfortable that people talk about the president and they keep quiet. Nobody owns up to say that, no, this is not Mr. President's fault, this is my fault. And that's why the searchlight on them should be increased. And we shouldn't be only the one doing this. The Labour, Nigerians, and the president. Because it's going to affect his roadmap. It's going to affect his blueprint and his manifestos. If the needful has been done, in terms of getting your allocation all the time and at the right moment, particularly when it is the digit is increasing almost on a monthly basis because of the subsidy that has been removed. So the process is coming to the pocket of the government. So there's no governor in Nigeria that has any reasonable explanation not to have increased the salary. And that is why the president must also be assertive. You know, the kind of federalism we run in Nigeria permits the governor to actually supervise the spending, because the derivation formula is actually very central and cardinal to federalism, control of your resources. But in our own case, resources is not controlled by the governor. It's the federal government that disburses funds. So it gives the president the liberty to pay attention to how money is being spent, because I'm the one giving you the money. Yeah. I have to dictate the tone if I pay the piper. Right. So we must not be left alone on this matter, because it has a ripple effect on the society. Yes. The psyche of the people will be affected, and their perception about the government will also be affected. And that is why it is very, very important that all of us who must speak in unison to say that the governors who have not met that demand have not done well. For governors that have done well, let's give kudos to them. Okay. Rivers, Lagos, Kano, but other states, I don't see any reason for this kind of delay. It's terms of sabotage, it's terms of lack of compassion, it's terms of lack of love for your people. It's not my people, it's their people now. So it explains the government of government in a very, very bad light. And we have to speak out to them that Labour needs to do more.
Yes. Well, I am one of those people that believe that the present arrangement is partly the reason why the searchlight goes to Mr. President more than it goes to the governors for things that actually should be the responsibility of the governors.
Yeah.
We are supposed to be a federal state, but we are running a unitary kind of government. If we do true federalism, if we go down to real true federalism, reduce the 68 or something
items,
yes, in the exclusive list, and situate them where they should be, which is in the sub-nationals. And the exclusive list has those things like national security, foreign policy, and things like that.
Yeah, forensic control,
forensic control, and all that. And we go back to where the sub-nationals are the ones subventing the center.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll have this issue of Nigerians always calling on Mr. President?
No, I don't think it will happen. And that is why you almost don't remember that there was a president in the 60s.
Yes.
Between 60 to 60. You almost don't remember. And you hardly could point at what wrong as Sadauna or Zik has done. I'm not Tafabaliwa. Was the prime minister at that time. Yeah. You almost couldn't point at what they have done or what they have done. Right. It's just the rascals, the military rascals that took up. We're just making our natural mistake in democracy when they came. I'm talking about the military intervention now.
Yes,
it's the natural gestation period. They used that excuse and came out. But that time, OAU University was in the southwest, the east, and the north started their own TV station. People rushed to say that we must have our own in our own region too. So there was that early competition. And that's the case where genuine federalism is being practiced. If you travel to some country, you will hardly hear them talking about the president is responsible for this. Yeah. It's all about their county, their local, their governors. When it comes to a bigger issue, what's the business of Trump in intervening and what Israel and Gaza is fighting about? Why will it be supply? So it's issues like that, foreign policy and issues like that. So, and that's why the call for it is becoming more stronger. Particularly, we have someone there now who clearly understands what the political structure should actually be. And that is why I said in my intro that the kind of federalism we run at the moment gives the president that liberty to supervise their spending, because it's the one giving them money, allocation every month. So if he's assertive on this matter, there's nothing wrong in it. So for Labour needs to change their style. You can't be behaving like a tank crier all the time. You must change your style so that Nigeria will take you serious for the first time.
That's right.
And we have always been telling them as partners in this struggle that you have to re-strategize so that the governors will know that you meant business. So it's not about protests, about things like that all the time. You must engage
meaningfully
institutions. Yeah. You must engage the layer of government, which is Mr. President, that can you tell your subnationals to do the needful? Because the impact of not telling them is going to be rubbing off on you. And when it comes, we are not going to come to your rescue, which is the case now. It's the case now.
Yes.
Every Nigerian is about Tinubu is not doing the whereas when you talk to them, there's a security situation in Kwara State now. For God's sake, there's a governor there. Before you be talking about the president, you'll be calling on him. Assemble the stakeholders, address them. What can we do about it? Except we're going to call more soldiers. No, which is not the situation, the solution to the issue. So, he's always talking about Mr. President.
That's right.
Come to my head. So, when the roads are bad,
is Mr. President?
The allocation is there for road, he has not spent it. Then you see the next day on television that my people say that the road in my state are bad. It's funny.
Yeah.
That's why I said that the president should behave like a labor leader now. He needs to be do a duta on this matter now to call the governors out in their name and call the register. Lagos, you have done well. Kano, you have done well. ABC states, you have not done well. It is important for him to do now because production is what determines the prosperity of a nation.
Yeah.
If you are not productive as a nation, there's no production, less than 30% of your population is not productive, there's no how the country can prosper. And for people who earn salary that they are not happy about, they can't be productive.
At all.
Yes.
They can't be productive. So there are so many things that is attached to it. And apart from even the salaries, there are also things that the governors are supposed to be doing. When you didn't train your staffs, they become a liability to you. In the state, I'm a chartered public administrator. I know the danger of not updating civil servants. Civil servant needs to be updated, but governors don't see priority in that. Except about 10 states, we took a tabular form of which state trained their staff very well. Lagos stopped the list, though. And it's already stopping the list on the virtual everything. Like Lagos, Rivers, and some other states. And you can see efficiency. So we are not only talking about salary. We are also talking about how to cope with current public administration issue in Nigeria. Such that you get their salary, you must also train them. Issues are emerging every day. Just like in science, a lot of things are emerging every day. Issues are emerging every day. More responsibility are coming to the governors and the civil servants.
Right. You can go on this, but I also want you to just a slight redirection from your thoughts. Is that, yes, we know that some states are actually living up to expectations since the president has announced, or the federal government has announced, the latest minimum wage, which is 70,000. Lagos State is paying 85,000 naira. Imo State just announced over 100,000 naira, and we also know that Ebonyi is also doing something very meaningfully well. But these are states that are viable. But we talk about Jigawa State that has not even yet publicly announced.
Which states are viable? You are getting free money from Abuja, and you don't want to be viable.
Lagos State is economically viable when it comes to the internal. I'm heading somewhere. I'm heading somewhere. So if you look at Jigawa State, it has not even publicly announced whether it has adopted the 70,000 naira minimum wage. The same thing with Zamfara. Akwa Ibom is still kind of negotiating and all of that, and some other states. We can go ahead and mention many of these states, but when you see that they are going to the federal government with their begging bowl, with the federal allocation, and then they are not making monies when it comes to internal revenue generation, does that not speak to their viability? When you do not think of any other source of income rather than what you get from the federal government.
I thought you wanted to build an escape route for them. and I got your argument and question correctly. Of course, that's the case. The free money the implication is going to end one day.
Yes,
it's not possible for federal government to keep funding the state. There will be complication.
No, but as long as the federal government is
there will be complication. There will be contradiction. In fact, draw it from anywhere. Later, the money we are going to be drawing from state will not be enough sooner than later.
Because of the population?
Yes, it's going to happen sooner than later. And there's no state in Nigeria that's not economically viable. We are indulging the governors. The things Lagos did, Kanu and Rivers did to make them viable. Go and do it. You say because it's capital. Lokoja was former capital of Nigeria, federal capital. He came to Calabar. But they are not as viable as Lagos, which tells you one thing, that there are things that the stakeholder in Lagos did in their state that make their state more viable. If it's the ocean, there are oceans all over Nigeria. There are ports everywhere in Nigeria. There's one in Nigeria. There's FLT in rivers. So what we're saying in essence is that there are states that are not creative. Let's call it spade a spade. And see, you don't have a business to be governor of a state. If the only thing you are talking about in how you are going to run your state is the money you are going to get from Abuja 2025, any governor that is still thinking like that is not fit to be the governor of any state. And all the governors that are not paying yet also fall in the category of that list, that they are not fit to be the governor of their state. What do you mean by you are not viable? You are getting free money every month. So it's not an excuse to get. That's why all of us needs to do something about this. We are not going to leave it to only the labor and the civil society and all of us again. The cabinet members, all of us must speak about it. The school children, everybody must speak about it. And the Mr. President, that I can't be giving you money. And at the end of the day, I get blame from the people in your state. I can't. That's to stop. So what you are saying in summary is that we should know that why some other states are trying to follow the trend, the roadmap set by this government and by Nigerians, because we voted for Tinubu based on his manifesto. So the roadmap, all of us believe in it. We should all know that every governor that has not paid minimum wage is dragging us back and is responsible for the numerous woes
that we're experiencing.
But let me come in here. I love the fact that you're talking and you're saying that people should take accountability. You know, these governors, if you are not doing well, you need to sit up at the end of the day because you have the power to be viable. So you cannot just sit back. I love the fact that we're speaking on that. But in Ondo, there has been, you know, a lot of people have come out, even the labor people have come out, and they said that they want the minimum wage to be increased to, we spoke about it yesterday, 259,950. That one is a jara. And it's true, I call it jara. And, you know, since they said that, you know, there has been a lot of conversations that, oh, it's too much, they cannot sustain it. But, Mr. Razaq, when do we come to a fact that between me and you, and I like to be honest in my conversations, even 100,000 naira is small, but it's manageable with the recent economy that we are right now. 100,000, if you are being paid 100,000 every month, how do you even pay your children's school fees?
As basic salary.
As basic salary. Imagine if your children are in the university. And they're even asking for 259,000 naira, and the people are saying that, oh, we cannot sustain it. When do we get to a point that, you know, the minimum wage is increased? We see other countries, you know, we see how much they pay. But why are we still struggling in Nigeria? And I love the fact that you're saying that governors need to take accountability. If you are a governor and you are kicking back against this, then there's a problem with you.
You see, the plight of workers in Nigeria, the blame is a shared, it's a shared blame.
Yeah.
Government has its own, the labor have their own. One of the labor's own is that the leaders are also lazy. They are very, very lazy. We say that go to the market, go and get the production price of what the essential need. Essential need we need to survive. The rent, the food we eat, and the transportation. What is the production price? Then look at the salaries we are earning. Then what do you do to ensure that all these things are brought down? For instance, there's no reason why any landlord should collect 1 million naira for rent.
Mr. Razaq, you are collecting more than that even.
I'm even saying in Lagos, 3-bedroom flat, no business, no reason. No reason for any landlord to collect 1 million in Lagos. So the labor leaders should not be engaging the government all over the world. It's not the government that you engage. You also engage the manufacturers. You engage the stakeholders in all these sectors. The house owners in Nigeria, you must engage them. What's your challenge? Why do you take rent that's supposed to be 250 to 2 million?
But Mr. Razaq, when
so the labor must do that.
But Mr. Razaq,
it's not only about government. Then price that is produced, cost price is 21,000. It's not 80-something thousand. So that gap, who fills that gap?
Mr. Razaq, let me come to you here. When you ask, because I've asked that question a whole lot. When you ask the landlords, why are you increasing your rent? You know what they'll tell you? They'll tell you the cost of materials are high, so I have to increase it. So I want to tell you, that they have an answer to it.
No, there's
That's
no
what
answer.
They tell you.
Let me land. There's no answer to it than for labor to trace it. You can't continue like this. There must be a stopgap somewhere. And the stopgap will either from transportation, where the government is fully involved. The government will start to crash the prices of transportation. House rent, house owner will not have excuse. People themselves will not have excuse. So the government will take the first turn, the first step. Either the food, go into mass production of food, crash the food, the prices of food, crash the price of transportation. Then you begin to sustain it. It's going to have a spiral effect automatically. So, but if you don't draw a roadmap for the government will only do what they think is right for them. So labor should wear their own thinking cap too. And also also design a strategy. It's not about leaving everything to the government all the time. You can't be leaving running of a nation to the president all the time, or the government all the time. You must have a road that you assign yourself. We have sat down several from Oshiomhole time to whoever that is there now. But they don't want to listen. We form Labour and Civil Society's coalition last go. And they said the best way they can do is to harass the government to increase salary. And I said, you are also not patriotic. So the Labour has a shared responsibility. As much as you blame the government, the Labour has a responsibility. So on the price, blame Labour as well. Don't only blame the government. The Labour has their own labor. Then for us as a people too, for us as a people to see, there are list of things you must do if you want your country to do something for you. There are things you must also do. One of which is patriotism. See, either NOA or Minister of Information, we must tell ourselves that a country that is not patriotic, it's as if you are eating the citizens are eating poison. Because the definition of patriotism is that you are actually the lubricant to make the country work. If you buy something 10 naira and there's a window for you to sell it 500 naira, you go ahead and sell it 500 naira. There's a ripple effect. If you sell it 500 naira, it's going to go to spread to the school fees they are going to pay for your children. It's going to spread into the transport you are going to enter. It's going to also pass bank. So that 500 will be needless. So we have a certain responsibility. We must also make conscious effort to say that when government is making effort to bring prices down, we must not sabotage them.
Because of our time,
we must not sabotage them, the government.
Apologies. The thing is, when you talk about labor, I guess what you had in mind is NLC.
Organized labor, yes.
NLC,
TVC.
We have the NURTW, for instance, who are also playing negative role when it comes to price of transport fare.
I lump all of them together.
Well, no, but you need to separate them.
I lump all of them together. I say these are the unions, the labor, the unions, all the unions has a responsibility on this matter to play. They have a role to play, and we can't keep pushing. See, to make a nation great, we are running away from the fact that you have a role to play there. We are running away from it. I say we can't run away from it. Government can play 60%, or the remaining 40% is about the people. So when you assign roles to government to play, to complement it and to make it work, you must also do something about it. So
but Mr. Razaq, people will tell you that they are tired as well. That's the conversation. They'll tell you that they are tired. They tried their best. They are patriotic enough, but is the government to
the situation is not beyond redemption. There are pictures of countries in mind that I can begin to count them for you. That we were at the level we were today. Cuba, when they took Fidel came on board, it was as bad as this. You go canvas of Venezuela before they had the crisis. 1998 to where they had South Africa. I can begin to count countries for you and count countries for you, and they came out of it. So all we
can
need,
come out of it.
You are referring to Chavez, but if you see Venezuela now,
I'm happy that
I said before they had the challenge.
But they've not gone back to worse than what it was.
We know what's happening over there. It's sabotage from the West. That is the
but I'm
problem
happy
of
that he's
Venezuela.
stating that we can come out of it, because right about now, Mr. Razaq, when you speak to people, even the citizens, they'll tell you. And Ibrahim, there's something is 10 naira, just like you said, but they will increase it. And we keep saying that it starts with us. But at the end of the day, these people too are complaining that we are getting it higher. So what do we need to do? We also need to put our food on the table for our families. It's every man for himself.
So to start with the governors now, let's hold them by the jugular. Let's hold the agbada. Even the one that is right, let's hold the tie that you can't go scot with this. The money is meant for the people, and that salary must be increased. Any government that has not done that is part of the saboteur.
Mr. Razaq. Thank you so much. I love the fact that he said we hold them by the agbada. That's what Mr. Razaq said. He said we hold the governors by agbada. Thank you so much, sir. It's amazing to have you on the show. Your insights are always beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
In our next discussion, we will talk about how renewable energy is creating opportunities for young people, enhancing food security, and driving Africa's tech revolution. Stay with us. We'll be right back.